No, yeah.
Because then
Blue
it's like,
Origin.
I pay $200,000. No, $2 million. I go up. I'm an astronaut, right? But,
Well, hey, man. I mean,
a little bit
you know,
different. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's been space tourism for a long time. I mean, even there's a company back in the 2000 there, you know, right around 2000 to 2010, Space Adventures out of Florida, and they bought seats on the Soyuz, just kind of like America was doing for a while. This is back when the shuttle was still launching. But there was a couple. There's a really wealthy Russian. Actually, remember Lance? Was it Lance Bass from NSYNC? At one point, he was rumored to be going up in Space Adventures.
Yeah.
There was a guy that actually grew up and went to Clear Lake High School. His father was Owen Garriott, who was a Skylab astronaut, and he grew up here. He's the guy that created. I forgot which video games. It's not the Doom games. He created a whole. You know, became a millionaire, lives in Austin. He went up in the Russian Soyuz, probably.
World of Warcraft.
There's actually, maybe one of those. You know, there's a Netflix documentary on him, like probably 10 years ago about this.
Wow.
You know, yeah. So I mean, there's, you know, and of course, you know, Weekends on the Water. But I also there was a time where I still own the domain Weekends in Space.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I actually was trying to get certified as a space tourism agent back in the early 2000s, and, you know, I was going to be able to resell Vomit Comet rides and all kinds of stuff, you know, a little ahead of my time, and, you know, obviously didn't pursue it fully, but that just shows you my passion for commercial space flight and space tourism, and we're coming there. I mean, we're close. I mean, with Blue Origin, Virgin Galactic. I mean, there's all these different
and
options now. Axiom Aerospace.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you know, so it's an exciting time to you know, be here. You know, not only are we the waterfront capital of Texas, but we're the home of human spaceflight.
That's right, man.
Most dynamic place on Earth, man. Right here.
Literally right here, you know, Johnson Space Center, and then, like you said, Blue Origin's launch site in Texas. You know, Elon Musk's launch site in Texas.
Yeah.
I mean, Texas, like,
yeah,
you know,
Texas,
space. Like it's you know, it's
Texas.
here.
If Texas was its own country, it would have quite the space program.
Dude, we have a lot of good programs,
and now we have both a horizontal spaceport and a vertical, because you know, Boca Chica is also a spaceport. So you know, there's a spaceport for rockets. The spaceport here at Ellington is for horizontal takeoffs and landings. So it's for like I'm not sure if you're familiar with the craft that Sierra Nevada Aerospace has. It basically looks like kind of like a rocket plane. Yeah. But it actually takes off like a rocket, so you couldn't actually launch it from Ellington, but it could land at Ellington. So you know, it could take.
And what is this craft, John? Like
it was the Star Chaser. So back
because they're trying to come out with stuff where you're going to start traveling really fast.
And this
man.
is actually
they're
been
trying
out...
to supersonic people, and and even faster than that, dude.
Yeah.
Like, dude, there's
there was the original commercial crew program. So when NASA, you know, phased out.
rocket travel.
Yes,
rocket travel. Sorry.
When NASA, you know, phased out the space shuttle, they started a commercial crew program. It was actually Charlie Bolden, NASA administrator, who you know, I knew he lived in Clear Lake Forest, right down the road from here. He's a family friend. So they started, you know, and there was 3 different companies competing: Boeing, SpaceX, and Sierra Nevada Space Systems. You know, SpaceX and Boeing were the two to kind of like go to the next level. You know, Boeing's still kind of competing in it. Obviously, they've had a couple launches, although they're kind of behind schedule, and they've had
Boeing's had launches.
Yeah, they've had some launches. They haven't made it to the station yet, but I think they've got the what's it called? What's theirs called? What's the Boeing capsule called? It's going to be like on a. Yeah, actually, I'll look it up.
That's
real quick.
interesting.
Yeah.
I've not heard about a Boeing capsule.
Yeah, no, there's a whole Boeing. Yeah, no, and truthfully, Boeing was kind of considered the favorite, and SpaceX has just outperformed them left and right. Truthfully, I mean,
yeah,
you know,
Elon brings in the best of the best. You know, he brings in the really good people, and sometimes it's not even about how much they get paid. I think it's the mission. It's what company. What is your mission? You know, so I'm a brilliant mind. I'm someone that can take, you know, where am I going to go use my brilliant mind? And you have to align with certain people. And I think that some align with Elon for certain reasons. You know what I mean? Like,
well, I've been a huge Elon fan for years and years. It's almost like, of course, I'm the kind of guy once everybody else jumps on the bandwagon, I jump off. So I mean, I've been following Elon since. Since early 2000s, really when he started
way
SpaceX,
before anybody even knew about him. Yeah,
I did an
article
that
knew about him for years.
Yeah. I did an article on all the space billionaires: Paul Allen, Elon, the guy John Carmack up in Dallas, who is the video game developer of Doom. He had a company called Armadillo Aerospace. Obviously, Amazon.
Is that the guy you were talking about earlier? Then?
That was a different guy. No.
Okay.
That's how I knew
video
it was not Doom.
Space.
Video game billionaires. Because Paul Allen, obviously from Microsoft, he started Vulcan.
Yeah,
he was the one that really financed what's now Virgin Galactic. Back when there was the X Prize, which was a prize back in I think about 2004. There was like a multi-million-dollar prize. It was kind of a concept that was similar to what they used to do with aviation in the early 1900s. Or say the 1920s or 30s, where there was prizes like if you the first plane to go from America to Paris, I think there's some monetary prize for that. So the X Prize, 2004, 2005, it was a competition, and there were teams from all over the world competing to get the first astronaut, first person safely up in space, and a company, Burt Rutan, who's an aviation pioneer out of California. He's there in the Mojave Desert. There's a famous airport there with a lot of kind of renegade space aviation experts. And his company's called Scaled Composites, and they've made a lot of weird. Like I don't know if you remember that he made a plane that was bicycle powered. Back in like when we were young.
Another one made out of hemp.
Well,
that wasn't him.
That wasn't him. Yeah, but anyway, Burt Rutan's, he's been this crazy, aviation aerospace pioneer for years. So he built Starship One.
Okay,
and it was financed by Paul Allen of Microsoft, who has since passed away. And then, of course, and they won the X Prize.
When did Paul Allen pass away?
I'm pretty sure it passed away. I might be wrong.
Yeah.
But also, real quick, I'll finish the story, then I'll talk about the Boeing, because the Boeing is the commercial crew
really
capsule, and I've actually seen this capsule. It's the Boeing CST-100 Starliner.
Oh wow!
Yeah, but it's been behind schedule. Yeah, SpaceX has been, SpaceX has really been kind of winning the whole race. Because I don't know if you remember a couple years ago,
commercial, government, everything.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember a couple years ago, they split up. They named like 2 crews each for the Starliner and for the Dragon. So SpaceX is already, those guys have already gone up, and there's now multiple other crews. Some of those early Starliner crews are yet to go up for Boeing. Although I think a crew did go up. I just don't, or maybe it was uncrewed. I know they had a launch and they had some issues. I want to say that there's been a crewed launch for Boeing, but I might be wrong. So that's that. But going back to the X Prize, so Scaled Composites, the Starship One won the whole deal. Paul Allen was kind of the guy that was kind of financing that, and then that's when Richard Branson came in, another billionaire.
Oh yeah,
came in and basically converted it all into, I'm not sure how it worked, but he decided to launch Virgin Galactic. There's a spaceport in New Mexico called Spaceport America,
and those are the ones where he has people going up for money. Blue Origin has people going up that are like important, and then SpaceX has people going up that are like making shit happen.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like all
Blue Origin. Blue Origins, has been doing a little bit more of a PR thing. Like they had Michael Strahan go up.
That's where I was at with
William Shatner go up.
Sure, yeah. The old there was an old lady that was. She was the descendant of somebody.
I forgot.
But again, PR. I mean, that was really great. I enjoyed it. I feel like she should be involved, but again, PR. It's like I feel like SpaceX is on a
Well, they're. I mean, they've made it happen. I mean, nobody. I mean, well, nobody ever thought that SpaceX would beat Boeing to get to
Blue
have
Origin
human.
didn't go to the ISS.
No,
let's be clear.
yeah.
Like they did not go to the
Correct,
ISS.
correct.
They hovered. In the
I mean, they're just
the stratosphere.
They got high enough to get classified
as astronauts, but they didn't do anything.
True,
true.
Yeah,
for mankind.
No, I will admit what Blue Origin's. I mean, Blue Origin's a very impressive company too. And of course, it's what the richest, either the richest or the second richest man is behind the two different companies, SpaceX
I was gonna say,
Blue Origin.
Definitely second richest,
right.
But not only in the last year and a half. 2 years ago, Jeff Bezos was the richest man in the world.
Yeah.
Now, of course, Elon Musk got surpassed him by a lot. I mean,
I guess
million,
so.
100
Although I still think it's
but,
Amazon's world, and we're all just living in it. Man, I mean,
I always thought Jeff Bezos will be the first trillionaire, John. So just because Amazon. So I don't know
network he's built, and
I think he might beat Elon, and then
dude.
Elon will
So
beat him,
yesterday morning, I used my last trash bag. I went on Amazon. I ordered trash bags. It got to my house by 11 a.m. I had trash bags 3 hours later.
Wow.
I mean, dude,
that's pretty.
Dude,
that's pretty good.
I'm a Prime member, obviously, but
Hey, Prime time, baby. No,
yeah. But
I mean, it is. Yeah,
it's crazy. It's.
I'm anti-Amazon, FYI. Everybody knows. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's hurt the little guy.
It's not about politics.
Although I figure Walmart hurt the little guy first, so
it's about little guys, and I'm actually I might have mentioned this off air to John, but to other people. I'm a huge HEB fan.
Oh, yeah.
I'm starting to almost feel like HEB is a bit like the Waltons. They're a little Walmart-ish.
Right.
At what point are you just destroying? I mean, you are a local Texas company, small, grow, I'm all about it. But man, at what point are you actually becoming, the national chain or the Walmart or, so it's so debatable. And whether I support Amazon or HEB or Walmart or any of these things, I mean, dude, there's a lot that goes into that and who you support.
No, it's tough.
It is tough. Yeah.
And I went through this. It was really with Walmart, because Walmart,
put so many thing with Walmart for me.
Well, so many small businesses out of business,
big time.
Yeah, and it's tough. I mean, I'd hate to be in. I mean, there's so many businesses. I remember, in the magazine we had, a bathing suit company that was a client. They were right over there near Arlen's, and then I remember we did ads for them, and then Academy. I mean, you're competing with Academy, you're competing with Target, you're competing with Walmart, you're competing. I mean, how do you do that, right?
Yeah,
it's gosh, and of course now Amazon, and I'm guilty, man. I'm guilty. I mean, I now get cat food from Walmart. Cat food comes. I mean, it's from Walmart. I mean, from Amazon. I mean, cat food, toilet paper, trash bags. I mean, it's just easier just to...
And it's not just Amazon. There's a million other companies.
Yeah.
And there's, a lot of the online ordering and stuff going on. And that's all great. And, it's convenient and sometimes it's cheaper. But you do have to remember that, you don't, owe anything to anybody in your community. Meaning, because some lady hand makes her trash bags, down the road.
Right,
I need to support her. But... Yeah, there's a point where you do have to remember that there's certain trades and crafts and certain products
absolutely
that do require a little bit more love or technique, or they do deserve that legacy,
no, I'm with
popularity.
Yeah.
Okay, I can order a prom queen mum from Amazon, or I can get it from the lady down the road. I mean, let's be
don't
real,
even get
guys.
me going on the mums, man.
Come on, why would you? You have to support your local community in some ways. There are some things you can order online, some things you can buy from out of the country, and when you go to Europe, on vacation, spend your money. That's great. Bring it home. But
No, I mean, you
there are some
definitely
things you've got to support the
You
community.
definitely should
dude.
shop
Like,
local if
yeah,
you can.
You
No,
have
I
to,
agree.
dude.
I
You
agree.
absolutely have to, John.
And where I've, the one area where I
That's
guess
what runs
I've,
this country, man.
the one area where I still am proud of, or still, I feel like I do a good job is with restaurants, right? I mean, I
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know when the last time I went to a Chili's